Morning, everybody. Well, today is the day we take our pigs to the processor. As it is always, it's a happy day, but kind of a sad day at the same time. If I look like I'm tired, we had an absolute catastrophe happen last night at about 10 p.m. last night when we were all in bed. Had to wake the whole family up, jump out of bed, and spring into action, and it was really bad. So get these pigs loaded up and hauled up to the processor, and then we'll tell you all about it. All right, y'all, borrowed a trailer that we always borrow from my cousin. We got us a little load and chute built right here with some dog panels. And the plan is to open the door, and as curious as they are, they're probably going to come up in here by themselves. If not, we'll kind of help them up in here. Start closing the gate slow.
Easier to
Yep. You gotta get 3 of them going in the same direction, not just one of them.
You don't think it seems too stressful?
No. Y'all are new to our channel. We've raised pigs for quite a few years now. We have a small pen on the back of our 1 acre property. This is the first year we've raised more than one at a time. 2 of those pigs are for friends and family, friends and or family. We're just raising it for them. We're gonna drop it off at the processor, and then they'll handle the rest of it through the processor. We're doing it, the processor opens at, I get the gate open. Processor opens at 8, and our plan is to be there when they open. With the heat we've been experiencing, if we hauled them up there this afternoon, it would be almost certain that they'd have issues getting too hot. So sometimes we raise 1 a year, sometimes we raise 2 a year, but every time we built a little loading pen like that to get them into, and then just get them up in the trailer. We borrowed that trailer from my cousin. Babe, how long did it take us to get them in there this morning? Yeah, about 15 minutes. And the only reason, because there's 3 of them. If there was 1, we'd have had them in there in probably a minute or 2. But 3 of them, you gotta get all 3 of them going in the same direction. And when one of them turns to roll out and not go in there, the rest of them follow. So it's a little bit of a process. But I was telling y'all about the catastrophe we had last night. And we told the kids to throw their shoes on and get out here quick. Why our son put a sweatshirt on, I don't know. It's July in Texas. Oh, he was already wearing it?
Yeah, he
came
out. He was in his room playing Xbox, and we yelled at him to come out.
But like I said, we're gonna get them dropped off, and then once we get back, we'll tell y'all what happened last night.
My nose the entire car ride.
Why?
Because you have pig poop all over the bottom of your shoe, I guess.
I do. Is that good?
Yes.
All right, y'all. We're back at the house. Got the pigs dropped off. I may have mentioned it this morning, but we took them early to avoid the heat. We got to the town where the processor's at, and on the bank when we passed it in town, it was 7:50, and it was already 86 degrees. So we got them there. They were hot and panting, but we got them unloaded and weighed, and then got them in. They got some water and were laying down when we left.
And they were not stressed when we got there. I mean, no, they were hot.
They were hot.
They cooled down pretty quick.
So we're gonna break all that down in another video. We raised those pigs for other people, 2 of them for other people. Watch for an upcoming video. We're gonna talk more about kind of our takeaway from it and how we feel about it and all that kind of stuff. We'll get into that on another video. But to the catastrophe that happened last night. First, I want to say whatever title, whatever thumbnail we use is not clickbait, because this was a catastrophe to say the least. It could have been worse, but it was bad. So yesterday, we backed the horse trailer back down to the pig pen. We built our little load and chute, and I look and see that the gate into the pig pen, this particular gate hasn't been opened in well over a month, and it opens to the inside of the pen. The pigs, walking up to the pen and all their poop and all that kind of stuff, it built a little wall up, and the gate would not open. So I had to get over in the pig pen with the pigs, and it took me quite a bit of time to dig out all that dirt so that this morning we'd be able to open that gate. So we come back inside, everybody eats dinner, we get ready for bed. Shannon actually went back down to check on the pigs about dark. And then 10 o'clock, I've taken a shower, I have my glasses on, we're laying in bed. We're laying in bed, like I'm thinking
pajamas, we're about to go to sleep.
I was thinking I'm gonna get, because we're gonna get up, we had to get up early this morning, earlier than normal, so I was thinking I'm gonna get to bed early, and Skylar starts barking. And it's not completely uncommon at night. Sometimes we have stray cats and stuff, or rabbits outside the front windows, and she can see out the windows, and she'll go look around the windows all night long, and occasionally she'll bark. But for whatever reason, I thought this was a different bark. I don't know why, but
she does have different barks.
Yeah, something just didn't set well with me. So we had the neighbors on our private road had their roof redone yesterday. So I was thinking maybe the roofers were pulling out because they worked.
And I even said that to you. I said, I think it's just the roofers because she would not let up. And usually you can yell at her.
And she'll stop.
And she'll stop. She wouldn't let up.
So I'm thinking maybe they stopped out in front of the house or something, you know, or whatever. So I go to our kitchen door, open it up, look out, nothing. Go to our front door, open it up, look out, nothing. And she's barking on that side of the house. So then I never, whenever she barks, I never look out the back because our back of our house is all fenced. But for whatever reason, I walk to the back door. I flip the back light on, I open the door, and there's 3 pigs standing underneath our pool deck, snorting and just
tearing things up,
rooting like crazy. So I'll put a video in right now of what it looks like underneath the pool deck.
Well, and so that was me transitioning. We got up this morning and also saw that they had knocked off one of the septic tank lids. Yes.
And so they had probably literally been out for a few minutes. So I run back in, probably beep, 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 was what I'd been saying if I was on video. So I told Shannon, I was like,
and all the kids were in the bed too.
Yeah, kids were in bed. I said, I don't know how, but all the pigs are out. Tell everybody to get outside right now, and I go back outside. So, and I'm not kidding you. 10 seconds later, everybody comes piling out the back door, and all the kids are out there helping. So, I don't even know. Reed comes out with ropes right away. I was like,
he's gonna rope them.
Yeah. So I said, no, don't put those down. So I got I had a stick and a couple other tools out of the garden. Yeah, and we were just popping them and kind of herding them around. And they're big animals. They didn't want to do what we were doing. So,
and if y'all remember, the black one, the solid black one, is very aggressive.
Yeah.
And that one would turn at you and like
kind of charge
you. And I told the kids, I said, if he comes for you, just move. Don't try to like.
Yeah, dive out of the way.
And so it was. Actually, once the kids got out there, we corralled them and got them back up in less than probably 3 minutes. It was not bad. It was really, we herded them back there, and then the work began of making sure they didn't get out again last night.
So I think what happened is the black one tends to, he will jump up on the fence.
Yeah.
And I think me getting in there and disturbing that dirt and us being out there working in that area where that gate was, for whatever reason, when you do that with those pigs, they become very curious. If you're in a certain area, they're going to want to know what you're doing, and they're curious. So, and what I think happened is there's hinges on the gates like this, and then there's bolts that run through the post, and then there's an L shape like this that goes into the hinges on the gate. And what happened was that big pig jumped up on that gate, and then when he put his weight on it, and it looked like you could see where he was like dirt and mud, where he was nosing around up there sniffing and stuff. I think his weight up there constantly, it caused that pin or that bolt, L bolt that goes through the post, it caused it to bend out like this, and that gate went like that
right off
and came off, and out they went. And so I mean, I don't know how it hasn't happened up till now. I mean, I don't know. I'm
less than 12 hours before we took them.
I think it just had to do with us being down there that night, that trailer being parked there, all the work that we did, and they were just being nosy and sniffing and looking. And I think he stayed up there because he'll jump up there when you're watering and stuff, but he doesn't stay very long. And only I can think he was up there and just pushed that bolt.
And you had moved the dirt that was kind of like wedged that gate in, and you moved all that out, and it was moving freely. So
probably so. So, I mean, had Skylar not hurt, I don't know how she hurt him.
Yeah, we don't know, because she was inside laying in bed with us.
When
and then
fans are going, AC's running. I mean, I have no idea. And she was barking at the front of the house, which doesn't make any sense, but that's what she was barking at. There was nothing else out there. And so, had she not notified us and those pigs would have been out all night, it would have been an absolute catastrophe. Because I guarantee you, where they rooted up where we showed you underneath the pool is because there was water there. We've had another pig before that we've let out on purpose for a little bit, and she would root around where the water spigots were, and we had to stop letting her out for that reason. I guarantee you those pigs would have rooted up the water spigot and broke it off.
we would have had a water leak.
They might have busted the pool, rooting up underneath the pool. They probably would have eventually got out of the gate or out of our property fence. There's 2 gates, and they're not very well secured. All they're for is to keep the dogs out or dogs in. And had they made their way to those gates and pushed on them, they'd have gone through them, and we probably would have never seen them again. So it could have been worse.
And we probably wouldn't have gone looking for them either.
Yeah, I came in after I got in that pen with them and had to dig all that dirt up. I came in and I didn't talk to anybody for about 30 minutes. I was not happy because they were trying to knock me over, and it was a big fiasco. And then last night when I came in, I had to come back in, take another shower, and we were up till I was up till midnight trying to kind of like chill out. And I went back up there and checked on them a few times. But I probably would have. I was about ready last night just to open the gate and let them out and be done with them.
So the next video you can hear why this is pretty much par for the course with these.
Yes.
What happened last night, on the next video when we talk about just everything about raising these pigs, you will see why it was par for the course. Yes.
We'll recap the whole process and kind of how we feel about it and what our plans are going forward and everything. But yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's the craziest thing. We've never had a pig get out like that.
Never.
We had one almost get out. It busted through the fence a little bit, and a neighbor saw it and stopped it. But this was...
And she was able just to jump the fence and scoot it back, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unreal. And the kids were a great help. When we came back inside, I went to all of them individually and said, thank y'all for helping. Because they did exactly what... in a situation like that, like, you can really only have one person in charge, and and I was telling them, stand here. I grew up working cattle and roping, so I have a pretty good knowledge of how to move animals around and what to do. And I was just telling them, you stand here, don't move. All right, now move here. And we just kind of, like Shanna said, we just kind of all kind of went like this and worked them up back behind the trailer into the gate. And I had to get all the tools out, and I had to redo the hinges, and then we put some ratchet straps around and bungee cords and everything else, and then it looked like this morning when we went back out there, I don't think they messed with it at all last night. But when we got them back in, they were panting and pretty tired.
Yeah.
So
maybe we wore them out.
Yeah. What else?
That's it for last night. It was one of those moments when we woke up this morning and I looked, and they got really close to busting my pool pump. They were like probably inches away. Yep. They had rooted up around like the post that the deck is on. I
haven't even fixed that yet.
Yeah.
And had they knocked, like all those hoses are right there for the pool. Had they knocked one of those off,
it would have drained the whole pool.
It would have drained the whole pool, and they would have sat there all night in that mud. Just can you imagine? You could have buried a pickup truck in the hole they would have made. I mean, that hole they made in minutes out there.
Well, and one of the things we couldn't get them, you didn't know this because one of the pigs was up and you were trying to get them, but the 2 of them that were underneath the pool deck, we couldn't get them moving because they just wanted to lay there in the mud. I couldn't get them up. Like,
they had their own mud pile in there. We spray water in their pen twice a day. They had their own place to lay. I mean, when we dropped them off at the processor today, they have little metal water troughs that are built into the holding pens, and they were up in there
inside of it
trying to get into it, and it's like that wide. And so anyway, I don't know. I don't even know like what to say about it. It was the craziest thing ever. And of course, I didn't sleep good last night.
Neither one of us did.
So, but we wanted to recap that for y'all. We're in the house because it's a bazillion degrees outside, which is the norm.
And we have no animals to take care of right now.
Pretty much, yeah. We're gonna we're gonna pick up some laying hens here soon. But we're kind of transitioning out of we kind of raise our animals in the spring and put them in the freezer.
Or
and
in this case, it was in the summer.
And then we kind of we'll be transitioning into our side business and stuff. So watch more for that. But all right, y'all. Just want to share that with y'all. What else?
Tired. And so this, y'all can watch the next video. But this has been definitely a lot of learning experience. It's been hard. Yeah. Raising these 3 pigs have been challenging and hard
with the weather and other things. And then I mean, which I guess we'll talk about more. But we've raised pigs in 114 degree temperature, and we've raised pigs in -3 degree temperature at the same property within 2 years. Yeah. So we'll talk about that on the next video too. Yeah. I don't know which one was harder, but we'll think about it and answer y'all. So yes. Thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for all the nice comments and constructive criticism and ideas, and we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all again.
Bye.